There's this point of mystery, and in gets invoked God. This, over time, has been described by philosophers as the God of the gaps. If that's where you're going to put your God in this world, then God is an ever-receding pocket of scientific ignorance. If that's how you're going to invoke God, if God is the mystery of the universe, these mysteries, we're tackling these mysteries one by one. If you're going to stay religious at the end of the conversation, God has to be more to you than just where science has yet to tread. So to the person who says, maybe dark matter is God, if the only reason why you're saying it's because it's a mystery, then get ready to have that undone.
Hey. Yeah. Look. Now I was always very curious, the skeptical type. My head would go so technical, my heart was pressed to go right. Perspectives collide, respect for both receptacles. I accepted both my intellect and chose to get to know Christ. I kept them on ice, preserving suspension of disbelief. Over time, got concerned that this tension was just in me. Was this meant to be or not? That's a mystery, hard to tell. Science can be tested, but faith in God is a hard to sell. All the fail, fall shut, even martyrs are caught a L. Thoughts of hell are enough to get caught up in taller tales. Hard to bail ourselves out with the nature found to corrupt. And out to lust compounds enough to pile a mountain just bound to erupt. How can we trust in falling incomplete thinking? Sin is deep-seated at its best and at its worst heat-seeking. But if it means reaching heaven's precedent, then you best believe that the flesh ends with the beast seated. I know patterns can form from old habits that caused the road adamant walk that drove backwards and forth. Expose that which is false. A long path is involved, but don't matter what fall. And so as I recall, my soul had to resolve, and so I had to evolve. And so after it all, the old past is because to grow we have to evolve. Yeah, to grow we have to evolve. Yeah. So as I recall, and so after it all, yeah. This is my evolution. Look, what separates a man from a chimp and orangutan? Millions of years and only 1% away from them. I know it grates against the ways religion trained us in. I ain't convinced that faith is meant to make us into brainless simps. I question everything. Pastors think it's arrogance. I'm actively aware of this capacity to wear us thin. Curiosity has got to keep us awfully meek, as prophecies are faulty, so I'm cautious of the lofty speech. Back in the day, God was just the easy answer, blaming death on a curse. Doctors couldn't see the cancer. Wow, knowledge got broader, God's mask got smaller. That's when I realized God is not gaps, not thought of. I know it clashes with all of the doctrines that we were taught. It's probably blasphemous, part of the process had me withdraw. If God was actually a savage as half the passages taught, we'd all be tragically lost, and now we have the result. And so as I recall, my soul had to resolve, and so I had to evolve. And so after it all, the old past is because to grow we have to evolve. Yeah, to grow we have to evolve. Yeah. And so as I recall, and so after it all, yeah. Witness my evolution.
Sometimes the journey of faith is not just about God revealing himself to people, but about some long struggle with God. So yeah, where do you go with all that?
It's not surprising to find religious scripture littered with people struggling only after a long series of intellectual and practical sacrifice are they able to discover him. Maybe that is what it takes, but maybe that says more about faith than it does about the person.